and welcome back to the first star. I already clicked for the next day and whatever. So, let's get to it, shall we? Yukana was the first one to see me enter, which isn't surprising. Hello, Hoshiko. The music stopped suddenly, okay. That makes me all weird. I hate when music suddenly stops. What's wrong with him? Why is he looking at me like I murdered his family all of a sudden? Hey? You are 5 minutes late. Yeah, sorry about that. I was a little busy after school. You're... For real? She was only 5 minutes fucking late. Are you freaking kidding me? This guy, your job is your #1 priority, and if you think otherwise, then I think you're better off quitting. Fuck you, asshole! Sorry. I said I'm sorry, Yukana. God. What was so important to keep you from work anyway? What goes on in my private life is none of your business, and you being my boss doesn't change that. I can easily fire you right now and make you document so bad that no one will ever hire you, so I think it's better if you just tell me the truth and keep your job because I know you need it badly. Fuck you, Yukana, you piece of goddamn shit. I fucking hate your ass. I wish that somebody would fucking stab you. I fucking hate this guy. He's such a jerk. Okay, besides all the other guys that are being kind of jerkish to me, he's the biggest jerk of them all. Fucking hate him. Go to hell. I wouldn't want to fire you, Hoshi. So you better tell me. Now. Fuck you, no. I honestly didn't know how to react. I don't want him to know what I do in my private life since he already knows too much and I don't feel comfortable with that at all. But if I don't tell him, he'll ruin me. It doesn't matter that he's just a small store owner. I know he is capable of a lot. You were with a boy, weren't you? Yukana. What makes you think what? Now I can't hang out with a boy because you don't want me to? What is your problem? Do you like me or do you just despise me so much that you don't want me to be happy? I would watch my tongue if I were you. Fuck you, asshole. Fuck you. Yes, I love her. Fuck you. Yes. You're lucky I know what you're dealing with. If I didn't, you would be long gone from here. Fuck you, like she said, asshole. Okay, she has a right to have a fucking life outside of her fucking work. She was only 5 minutes late, and it wasn't like she was 20 fucking minutes late or an hour late. She was only 5 minutes late, so fuck off. I knew he wouldn't fire me. I wouldn't risk my entire future just for 2 words. I was right about him. He wants something from me, and he won't get rid of me until he gets it. Why would he care so much if I had a boyfriend if it was otherwise? Dude, keep fucking dreaming, cause you ain't gonna get her, so fuck off. Whatever. The case was, it will have to wait until I don't need Yukana's help anymore. And who knows when and if that will ever happen. Saturday. Please tell me she has a day off, please. What should I do today? Hang out with, try to find, chill out at home. Shit, I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back. Sorry. What should I do today? Let's go hang out with him. I called Hoshiko on my phone. Oh, wait, when did he get... Luckily, he answered. Wait, when did you two, like, change numbers? We decided to hang out at the park where... Sorry. I'm just so happy I'm so giddy, I can't help it. Because I think I found the guy that I like out of this game, and I'm just like, ah. Sorry. But like, seriously, when did these two exchange numbers? Makes me wonder. Anyways, we decided to hang out at the park where because he was feeling a bit down and needed some peace and quiet as always. After an hour of getting ready, I finally went to the park to meet him. An hour? I saw him sitting alone on a bench the moment I arrived. I'm so excited. Sorry. I'm just so freaking happy. I finally found a guy that's not a... at first he was a dick, okay, yeah. But the thing is, he's not that bad of a guy. He has issues, and I can understand why he's being a dick and all that stuff like that. Well, anyways. Hey, Hoshiko, I almost called him her name. Whoopsies. Hey, Hoshiko, Hoshika? I can't say his name, I'm sorry. Hey. So, what's up? Nothing. Liar. He really is a man of a few words. Okay then, what do you want to do? Do you always have to do something when you hang out with someone? Can't you just relax for a moment? I just thought you wanted to have fun. I'm not in the mood for fun. You're never in the mood for fun. Then why did you agree to meet me here? Okay. Okay then, why don't we just talk? What would we possibly talk about? Whatever you want to talk about. I don't want to talk about anything. Maybe I should have picked him to go hang out with. Jeez. Okay, this isn't going to work. Fuck everyone! Oh my god! Hey, where are you going? He just stood up and ran away from me. What's his deal? What is with all these guys running away? Jeez! You're not a fucking man! Like, oh my god! I go on a date with this one guy. We're trying to start a conversation. He gets up and runs off to the frickin' bathroom. Then I'm hanging out with this guy. He gets up and runs away. What the fuck? I followed him to wherever he was going. Although he didn't really leave the park, he just went over to one of the trees and knelt in front of it. What are you doing? Why did you do that? Can you please just be quiet for 1 minute? That's all I ask for you. Okay. I didn't know if I was supposed to feel offended or confused. Both? Follow me. Okay. He then started running again, so I just chased after him like an idiot. Like an idiot. I'm starting to think that inviting him out was a bad idea. Okay, where are we going? We ran all the way to some random neighborhood and I'm still questioning why. Can you please tell me why we came here now? Shh. Okay, now I'm getting really annoyed. Don't get annoyed! I feel like this is an adventure! She gets annoyed easily. He then started crawling to some shady house that probably didn't even have any people living in it from the shape it was in. Why on earth would he do that? I don't know, this is getting weird. Even though I wanted to ask what he was doing, I knew he would just shush me as soon as I said anything, so I just kept quiet for my own good, my own sake. After a few confusing minutes, I finally realized what Hoshiko was trying to do. Sorry I'm butchering his name. I'm gonna butcher all these guys' names. Maybe I should just rename them all. Jeez. He was trying to find baby kittens. Oh, baby kittens! So cute. Oh, baby! He came back with a box full of baby kittens. Oh, they were so young! They were probably born a few days ago. The umbilical cord, fail at saying that, was still in their bellies. Oh, so they confirmed my theory. So that confirmed her theory. My only question now is how Hoshiko knew they were here. There is no way he actually heard them from the park. How did you know there were kittens here? I heard them crying. What? You heard them from the park? It's kind of a long story. Let's just say I'm really paranoid, so my hearing is extra sharp. But still, it's impossible. It's not impossible if you focus. True. But what are you going to do with them? I'm going to feed them, and then I'm gonna hand them over to the animal shelter. You can't keep at least one? No. Okay then, what were you gonna feed them? Milk. There's a grocery store nearby, so I'll buy everything I need. I can go buy some milk if you want. No, you should stay with the cats. Plus, I need a few more things, so I'll be right back. Okay. 10 minutes later. He came back with a carton of milk, a plastic bowl, and some sort of tube. He poured some milk in the bowl and used the tube to suck it. Yeah, he takes the tube, suck it up, and then he feeds the kittens with it. That's how we used to do it when my cat had kittens. Before I had Rin. Rin's mom had kittens, and we had to feed them by hand sometimes when she didn't take care of them properly, because she had a disability and she didn't really understand what she needed to do. So we had to take care of them and help her take care of them. One, of course, passed away, but the rest lived. He was the tiniest one out of the litter, and normally they don't survive. Sometimes they do survive and they live. I tried to take care of that one the best I could, but it was just not working out very well. So he ended up passing away. So I understand what this guy's doing. He poured some milk into the bowl and used the tube to suck in a little bit of milk and squirt it in each of the kittens' mouths. No. When all of their bellies were full, they finally stopped crying and fell asleep right away. Oh, kittens, so cute. I guess babies will be babies. You did a really good thing, Hoshiko. I didn't really do that much. You saved these kittens' lives. How is that not doing much? We should take them to the shelter soon. Just let them sleep for a minute. Look at them. They're so cozy. But let's sit down a bit. We both went over to the fence and leaned against it next to the box of kittens. Sorry I ruined our outing. Don't be ridiculous. You saved these kittens. Just stop saying that. I didn't save them. You should stop denying it. But what was that long story you mentioned earlier? Nothing too important. Come on, tell me. I really want to know why you're so paranoid. Sigh. Come on! Finally, jeez. I came to this town as an orphan. I don't have anyone here. You're pretty much the only person I know. Before I came here to live at the orphan, I lived in America with my parents. I thought so. But I didn't think that he was an orphan. I thought that maybe his parents did get divorced and they moved here, or what was the other one? Or his parents got divorced and they split up and then they moved here, or he stayed with his parents and they moved here. I didn't think that he was an orphan and he was here all by himself. So I was sort of on the right track, just a little bit. My mom was Jenna Amara, and my dad, wait, Jenna Amara? Isn't that the famous Japanese singer that moved to America with her family? Yeah, that was her. I've heard a lot of things about her, and as hard as it is to believe, all of those things that were good. She was such a loving mother and a great role model. But the butt scares me. She and my dad, they died in a plane crash. They were coming home from a trip to Hawaii. They stayed there a few days for business, and then I heard that their plane crashed somewhere in the middle of the ocean on the way back. I was devastated. The plane was never found, so their bodies were never retrieved. We had a funeral with an empty coffin. With empty coffins. That's horrible. I would give anything just so I could say goodbye to them, give them a hug, feel their loving arms one last time before they vanish from my life forever. I'm so sorry, Hoshiko. If I had known that was the reason for you being so down all the time, I would never have pressured you into telling me. But if you hadn't done that, we never would have met, would we? I guess you're right. That's true. Don't be sad because of what I told you. It's all in the past now. How he managed to stretch a smile across his face even after everything he's been through is beyond me. He's a strong person, that's why. We talked until the sun went down, and each minute we spent together was just as splendid as the last. I knew I had a good feeling about you. That's why when I ended the last video, I'm like, I have a good feeling about this guy. I'm gonna go for him. So I went for him, and now I am so happy that I did. I don't know. I probably won't play this game multiple times, but I'll probably play it in my spare time and play with the other guys afterwards. But this guy is the main guy that I'm going for, so we're gonna probably see him a lot. So, okay. What the fuck? To be honest, if the kittens hadn't woken up and started meowing, we probably would have drowned in our conversation until dawn. The kittens are awake. We should probably take them to the shelter now. You're right. Let's not keep them waiting in that box. We took the kittens to the animal shelter, and the employees took them in right away. We were assured that they would find them great homes soon, so our night was ended on a high note. The next day. This morning, my day started out great since I woke up to my mom's calming voice. Hi, Mommy. Hoshiko, wake up, sweetheart. I want to show you something, okay? I pulled myself out of bed with all my willpower. Sorry about that. I hate living next to the train station. Not train station, the train tracks. Anyways, come on, why don't you get dressed and meet me outside when you're done? I quickly got dressed and headed outside, barely able to wait to see what she had planned. To my surprise, it was something I expected the least. She took me to the planetarium. We walked inside and admired all the beautiful artwork around us. But for some reason, my mom stopped at one specific spot. She stood in front of a wall that looked just like the night sky. Gorgeous. Mom, why did you stop? Hoshiko, I wanted to tell you a story. Okay. I was not sure why she chose to tell me this story in the planetarium, but I guess I'll find out. Once upon a time, there lived two teenagers madly in love with each other, but the girl was actually 8 months pregnant with the boy's child. Oh, so you got pregnant when you're a freaking teenager. Jeez. Okay. The two of them were still kids themselves, and they didn't know what to do about it, so they just decided to accept their fate and live every day as if it was their last. They enjoyed every second spent with one another and wouldn't have changed that for all the riches in the world. One day, the boy decided to take his pregnant girlfriend to the tallest mountain just so they could watch the stars together one last time before their lives changed forever. Stargazing was actually their favorite thing to do when they were together, because they used to love giving the stars their own individual story. For example, one star lost its family, so it lived the rest of its life in its own lonely little world. Another star had all the riches in the world and everything it could ever ask for, but later realized that both of those stars had so much in common, even though they were so different. The rich star might have had everything, but it was empty inside. Willis, the lonely star, didn't have anything other than wonderful memories. Anyhow, the couple reached the mountains right before the stars came out. All they had with them was each other. Not even a vehicle with what they could get back home with. Nothing. They were too oblivious about the future and just thought about the present, just like most teenagers. While they were waiting for the first star on the cold dirt with only their love keeping them warm, the girl started to get massive pain in her stomach all of a sudden. The boy started to panic about her health, and before they knew it, her water broke. She was heavily breathing, full of fear, only repeating the words, "I love you, I don't want to die." The boy panicked just as much as she did, as he did everything he could to help her with the pregnancy. Again, they had nothing with them, not even phones, since their elders took them away from them as a punishment for their mistake. After a few painful minutes of heavy panting and crying, the baby finally came out, and as hard as it is to believe, it came out the same moment the first star appeared in the sky. The two teenagers had a beautiful baby girl that they both loved dearly. Mom, why are you telling me this? Because you are the beautiful baby girl named after a star, Hoshiko. I thought so. I couldn't believe my ears. Was I really that baby girl? And my mom and dad are those oblivious teenagers? Yes. Now it made sense. Every question in my mind was answered. Now I know why my dad never cared He just wanted a normal life. Am I the reason they fell apart? Mom, I want to tell you this story because you deserve to know the truth, Hoshiko. You meant the world to me, and I would never change that for anything in the world. I'm the reason Dad left you. Not your fault. If your father truly was a man worth loving, he never would have left, so in a way you helped me. I wrapped my arms around her, not knowing what to think anymore. I love you, my sweet star. So he left her because he wanted a normal life. I'm sorry, you helped make that child. You me off when a guy does that. Like, you helped make that child, so you should have thought about it before you decided to put your little fucker into that woman and get her pregnant. Just saying. So take fucking responsibility. I hate people like that. Oh my god. Me and Mom went back home with a huge weight off both our chests. I'm really glad she told me her story. Now I don't have any questions are past it anymore. And I am entirely thankful for that. But the joy dissolved into pure sadness the next morning when I found my mom on the living room floor unconscious. Oh jeez. I immediately rushed to her to get to her. I carefully lifted her head in my hands, trying to wake her up. But nothing worked. I screamed, cried, begged, but nothing helped. Her soul was long gone, and I knew that. I just didn't want it to be true. I failed her. I failed to help her. How could I have not heard her struggling? How could I have been so senseless? It's my fault she died. Nobody else, only mine. I'm the reason for my mother's death. She didn't deserve this. My mother deserved everything in the world. But instead, she was forced to live like a cockroach. Okay, calm down. Listen to yourself, Hoshiko. Your mother would have wanted you to live on, to get help, to be happy. You deserve to be happy too, just as much as everyone else. Call Hoshiko. Call no one. I called him on the phone and explained as much as I could. Now, the only thing I could do is wait for him. He arrived much quicker than I thought he would. I knew he would, that's why I called him. Hoshiko. He sat down on the floor beside me, gently placing his hand on my shoulder. I'm so sorry. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't let out a single word. Let alone form a sentence. I know how it feels to lose a parent. It's utter hell, but it will fade away eventually. It won't fade away. My life will never be the same without her. It might not be the same, but at least you got to see her before she left. I can't live like this. I know you think that you can't, but you can. Just don't give up. You know what? When I heard that my parents died in that plane, I felt like my heart stopped beating, like my blood stopped flowing. It just felt like I was falling down an endless pit of oblivious. I'm so scared of losing my mom. Like, I feel like one day this could happen to me and I don't want it to. It freaking sucks. I can relate to this so much. I didn't think I was gonna play this game and relate to it in so many freaking ways. Like with her mom, and she's trying to help her, and she wants to do everything in her power to help her, and then she finds her mom dead. And then she feels like she didn't do much. She didn't help her like she's supposed to. And it freaking sucks. It really does. I feel like that might happen to me, and I feel like I might find her one day and feel the same way that this girl does. Like, the thing is, she saw that her mom was suffering. She saw all this stuff, but she felt like she didn't see it. She couldn't help her or anything like that, and it's horrible. It's just a horrible, horrible feeling. I didn't move from the same position for days. I didn't eat. I didn't even drink. I was actually on the verge of dying from dehydration if my best friend didn't come to see me. He forcibly made me drink water even though I didn't want to. At that point, he realized that I was in no condition to live alone. So he called child services. I was technically still underage, so they had legal permission to do what they wanted with me. So they decided to send me back to Japan, where my mom originally lived, so I can kind of feel her soul with me through other ways. Sorry, there's noise outside. They're freaking doing whatever. I don't know. Anyways, they gave me a room in an orphanage in which I would live until I turned 18, so I could live on my own. And then I started going to your school, where you continuously tried to talk to me, even though I didn't want to. At that time, I really didn't understand why someone like you would ever talk to me. I was just a depressed loser with no friends or family. Don't talk like that. You're not a loser. You're such a kind person. Somehow, Hoshiko's words were driving me away from my sad little island full of scary thoughts. You can lie to yourself however much you like, Hoshiko, but you can never lie to me about myself. That's the truth. I'm an orphan with nothing of value in this fucked up world. I know how he feels. Oh, I can relate to these characters in so many ways, especially Hoshiko. I just couldn't stand to hear him talk about himself that way anymore. I placed my hands on both of his cheeks, pulled him to me, and kissed him. Damn! Girl got frickin' what? Then I whispered against his lips, "You have me." Aww! Having the same things taken away from us, me and Hoshiko kept each other going. In hard times, I was there for him to keep him standing straight, and he was always there for me to do the same. There are no other words to explain other than we make each other complete. Neither of us know where we would be if we hadn't found each other, and it's truly a scary thought. After we finished school, we decided to move to America, where we stayed at Hoshiko's old house. He didn't want to see that house fall to the ground. He wanted to keep it going, knowing that he lived there with his beloved family once, and I knew that. When we got there, I stared wide-eyed at how beautiful his house was. What am I even saying? It was a mansion. Although it looked giant on the outside, it was cozy on the inside, and it was just full of sentiment. Sentiment? I think that's how you say it. I don't know. A few years later, we got married and even expected a new addition to the family soon. Hoshiko and we knew that we wanted to give that child the family we never got to fully experience. The end, the start of something new. And there you have it, the first star. I wanted to finish this off because I've been trying to record this video, but things got in the way, life got in the way, and so I'm like, I need to finish this today. So I finished it, and there you have it. I kind of want to play the other two, but I'm not really positive if I want to or not. And I don't have really much people to tell me, hey, yeah, I'm kind of really into this, so keep playing it, play the other guys, see what else endings you can get. And so I don't know if I should really keep playing it and whatnot. But yeah, so that's one ending that I got. They said that she had a stalker, but it didn't really seem like it, and it kind of abruptly ended. Like, I don't know, I feel like there's there's more to the story. I probably if I play the other guys, I probably can get more of the story. But I don't know, like, I feel like something was missing in the story. Like, they said that there was a stalker in the description, yet I didn't seem like she was being stalked. Yeah, this guy stole her bike, but that didn't, like, say, oh, it was her stalker. It was just some douchebag being a douchebag and stole her bike. And then there was a girl who claimed that she was a raccoon. Like, they didn't go more into that. Like, okay, like, is she the stalker? Or, like, what's up with her? But nope, they didn't go fully into it. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like it ended pretty quickly, in my opinion, but whatever. But it was so sad that her mom died. I could relate to her in so many ways. Like she lost her mom, but I haven't yet. I haven't, and I'm hoping that I don't ever. But with everything's going on, she's under stress. She already has a whole bunch of health problems, and her being under stress isn't helping her at all. So that could happen, but I'm praying that it doesn't, and I hope it doesn't. But I relate to it in so many ways. And then when she found her mom dead, I started crying. Sorry, I need a tissue. My nose is running. I don't know, it was hard and sad, and I was hoping that her mom wouldn't die. I knew she had, like, really bad asthma attack, but I didn't think, like, she would, like, die in this game. I thought she would, like, I don't know. But she got together with the green one, or, I can't say their names, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna call him Green, the guy in the green. She got together with the guy in the green. They lived happily ever after. They got married. They're expecting a child. They live in a beautiful house. So I think it was a very good ending. I wanted to know what the fuck's up with this blue guy in the middle here. Like, he ran away. I thought the green guy was gonna run away and, like, leave me. I'm like, what the hell's up with all these guys? But he ended up not doing that. I'm like, okay, whoops, my bad. So, I was like, thank God he didn't run away. But I really thought he was. I'm like, what's up with these guys? They're not men. They're freaking chicken shits. They run away. And then the freaking guy that's her boss is a total freaking douchebag. I freaking hate him. Like, oh, you're 5 minutes late, so I'm gonna make your life a living fucking hell. She was only 5 minutes late. It wasn't like she was an hour late. When I was 5 hours late at my work, they didn't, like, really care. They're like, well, you showed up, you're still gonna do what you gotta do. And of course, I called in. She didn't call in and say, oh, I'm gonna be late, but I'll be there. She, like, showed up 5 minutes late. But, like, I don't know. He was a total douchebag. I think he might have been the stalker because the way he was acting, he was like, oh, you were with a guy, and he was acting very possessive. He was acting like she shouldn't be hanging out with guys, she shouldn't be doing any of that bullshit. And, like, it's just bullshit. Just saying. Like, she deserves to have a life. She deserves to be happy. And that guy's like, I don't want you to be happy. I want you to work for me. And you can't have a guy. You can't have a boyfriend. You only work for me. You can only look at me. And it's like, he was like very, very possessive. But like, there's a lot of stuff in the game that I think that they should have like went more into details about. That's all I think. But it was a really good game. I loved it. I'm so glad that I finally finished it, after taking so long and taking a break on recording it. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.